Hello techies. Welcome to our brand new video series focused on helping you get the most of your experiences in life. Before we start the video, let's know about Upptalk. Upptalk is a live, interactive platform for software training, furnishing robust personalities who could take on universal business platforms.
But here we are trying to find a date. Okay. So we will use increment or decrement date. Okay. So let's try to create the calculated feed. Again, let's click on Create Calculated Feed. C, F, W, W, and then increment or decrement date. I have put it in small, I mean in a shortened form. If you want, you can put the entire name, increment or decrement date. Right. So we will say expected date of payment. Correct. Business. Object again would be expense report. The reason I'm choosing expense report as the business object is because this is the primary business object of the custom report. That's why I have to put it there. Function as increment or decrement date click. OK. Right. You see again the function. The calculation tab is different, isn't it? So we first looked at format text function, where we just did an uppercase or lowercase. Then we did a date difference. Now we are doing increment or decrement date. Each time we are choosing a function, our calculation tab is different. It is specific to the calculation that we are selecting right. So it is very important, to choose the right calculation function from this list. Okay. Spend some time to understand what is the calculation you want to do. Break it down into smaller pieces. Then start creating the calculated fields. Okay. Alright. So here, what is the date field? What is the source date on which we are doing the calculation? Data approval. The approval date right. So 30 days of approval. So we are looking at the approval date. The approval date. Okay. And then yours to add or subtract once. To add or subtract days. To add or subtract, which one should we choose? Years. Should we do anything? No. Days, months. Should we do anything? No. Days may be right. 30. Now, the moment I choose 30, you see, there is a minus 30 as well. So that gives me a hint. Then okay, if I choose minus 30, then what will happen if I choose minus 30? What will happen if I choose a minus 30 here? It is like days, 30 days backwards. 30 days prior to approval, right? Yes, 30 days before approval. So you see, I only have the option to enter a number here. It can be a positive number, like 30, or it can be a negative number, which is minus 30. You do not have the option to specify plus or minus anywhere else. Right. So that is the something that takes the time to get used to. I cannot do It says days to add or subtract, but it doesn't tell me or doesn't give me the option to specify the sign. It only gives me the option to add, I mean to put in a number. It will always add this particular number. So if you actually want to subtract, you have to add a negative number. You have to add minus 30. That means you are actually subtracting, okay? If you add minus 30, that means you are subtracting 30. Okay. Return blank page on error. Now this field. Let's say I want to add 49. Okay, I want to add 49. Do I have field? Right. It is a field. It is a Workday delivered, but it is a field. It is not. It is not what to say. It is not just a text. I could not enter 30, 31, 31, 5, whatever number I want. It has to be in a field. Now this field, these type of fields, are of course numeric, but it will always return 30, always return a fixed, constant value of 30. This particular field, which is 30. If I want 31.5, let's say, well, not applicable, but let's say 49. The example, I said 49. If I want to add 49 days, then what would I do? Can I add 49? Let's see, 49 is there. Oops, it refreshed. Into an or decrement date. Expected date of payment. It's spent. Report function, incremental decrement date. Okay. Alright, we have approval date. Okay. And then we were saying that 49, right? If I have 49, or you have only minus 49, right? But what if I want to add plus 49, what would I do? You see, this is a calculated field, and it is a numeric constant. Okay. If you have to add or subtract these kind of fields, you have to store it in a numeric constant kind of field. A numeric constant will always return very straight. A numeric constant will always return a fixed number. We use numeric and constant for some of these calculations, and sometimes also for, let's say, the year, the month, the date. We use numeric constants for those. Alright, if it will always return a fixed constant number every time you use it in a calculation. Got it. So if you want to add a number which is not there, first create a calculated field. You have the option here, you see, create calculated fields. Create a calculated field. Use numeric constant as the calculation in hard code. Like, let's say 49. If I want to use 49, I'll go to create calculated field. I will give the name as 49. The business object. You can store it in expense report or you can store it in global. If you store it in global, then that means you will be able to access that from any other business object because this is something that is accessible to all the business objects and the function is numeric constant. Right. I will use numeric constant. Okay. And there I will say 49. So instead of this 0, I will say 49. Got it. So this will be a numeric constant field. Right. So this is how we add 49. If I wanted to add minus 49, I will say minus 49. Right. As that will be again a numeric constant field. Right. But in our example, we want to find 30. Well, let's try 30 here. It is 30 days. Return blank on error. Okay. Alright. Oh, I named it incorrectly. I used an underscore. I should have used a hyphen as part of the name. So here it should have been a hyphen. Okay. Alright, I will just copy the name. And let's include it in our report that we have. Okay. So our report is RD. We can find our report is in the prefix RD. The blue expense. Here it is. See how easy we are able to find and navigate if we search with it.